Okay. Today we are going to discuss about the SCD type 1. Okay. So SCD type 1 is very important topic because without SCD type 1 you will not have any project. Okay. Either you will have SCD type 1 or SCD type 2. Hmm? So mostly all the projects we use the SCD type 1. And what is SCD type 1 that we will discuss today. Okay. So the name is SCD abbreviation is slowly changing dimension. Okay, so this slowly changing dimension what it is actually. So the data will be updated in the table. Okay, so where is this? We'll take this one. Notepad. Where is this? Okay, let's say. So how many ways we can implement SAD type 1? That also we can discuss. Okay, so I'll go by with the definition and as well as I'll go by with the example. Okay, so as I mentioned, right, a slowly changing dimension. Always the data, not not every day, but at least it will change. You know, uh, weekly once or daily. It may change, but not entire data. It depending on the customer updates. Okay, so always this slowly changing dimensions are okay applicable and it stores the data, recent data as well as historical. Historical in the sense, for example, if one person joined in an company, okay, that guy is working from 20 years. But okay, so when you take the data of employee, then that particular employee also will be there as it is as a unique employee. Okay, so now some people they might be going and outside from the company, right? So that can be deleted and we cannot store the data in our database. For example, I'll give you the one example. Okay, so this is one company organization. Okay, ABC. Under that you will have employees, right? So one day the employee got joined ABC. Okay, ABC employee, and his location is Hyderabad. He joined, and he started his he joined the company 2024. Sorry, 2022, 11 and 11. For example, okay, this is his start date. Okay, and end date is okay. By default, his end date is 12 hyphen 31st. 31st hyphen 12 hyphen 9999. Okay, so this is the default date. Okay, so like this, once he joined the company, end date will be there as it is. And another guy joined, for example, 124, huh? um, XYZ and Chennai. Okay, and he joined in organization. Okay, in 2024, for example. Later on, due to some issues, okay, so here is I record and here also I record. Later on, for example, he this 125 sorry 125 guy, he changed his company. Okay, then what we do, we will do the what we do, we will not keep the data or we keep the data with the different flag. The point one here is okay. If you are keeping the data, yes, you keep the data. One is the way I'm talking about how we can maintain the SCD type one. Okay. So now this particular guy, he changed his company on 2024. Okay. This is let's keep the 23. We will keep the 23. He joined the organization 2023. After now he changed his company, for example. Now we will get the data from our upstream system saying that yes, this guy particularly got changed organization. He is not low. He is no longer from this organization. At that time, he will get the same data. Okay, okay, same data. We will get the date will be, start date will be same, and your end date will be changed to that particular date. So for example, 24/12/2024. So like this you will get the data. Now the flag also will get delete, d flag. So what will happen, the data it will come and it will update over the data here, so that when you see here, when you are seeing this particular data as a delete, then this guy is no longer exist. Sometimes what we do based on the architecture, we will not load this data at all. Okay, we delete the data in this table by using the employee id. We will delete this record and we will not store. So depending on the how your architecture is designing the data warehouse. Okay, so in this slowly changing dimension, SCD type 1. Okay, this SCD type 1, what it does, it will keep only the historical, incremental and latest information. Okay, latest information means today if you get any information, yes, only that particular data. No, it will keep the all history when the employee was and joined the organization and when he left the organization. So we should not think like this latest information means today or tomorrow which was loaded. No, it is like SCD means SCD contains all unique data. Okay, you will not have any duplicate data and you will have a unique data. And here for one employee, you will have only one record. Okay, like this in the dimension tables. Fact table and all, that also different matter. Here, what we are doing, we are discussing here is slowly changing dimension. So now, like this, if any data comes, for example, today you got the 1 to 5, and ABC, some name is same, but this guy is some other location. Okay, some Pune, for example. Now the start date when he joined and end date default. So like this, the data will be there in the system. Okay. So now to have this data to implement this logic, we need to follow the some steps to implement the logic. So here to perform the SAD type 1, either you perform delete and insert, okay, or you perform update else insert. These two things you can do. Okay, either you can go ahead with the delete and insert, or either you can go with the update else insert. So which approach you are going to use, that your team or sorry your team lead will decide. Okay, or else even you can also suggest in case if you are implementing SAD type 1. Okay, so here you will get always incremental data. Okay, you will not get a full file. In case if you get a full file, you don't require updated insert. Directly you can truncate the table and insert the data. In case if you are getting a full file means what, whatever the data present in your database, you will get all the data. Okay, so go forward, you will understand what is incremental and what is full load. Okay, now here the based on the example, now what we do, we will create, so this is our final table where we are keeping all the data in the final table. But before we load the data into final table, we need to create a intermediate stage tables. Okay, we need to create intermediate stage tables. So now to do that, I'll draft the steps accordingly. We will go ahead. Hmm? Okay, so this is my database. Okay, and this is my source database. Hmm. So here I will have the data. Then what I will do, I need to extract the data from the source. I have to keep in my stage table. Okay, for that what I am going to do, I'll take the table stage table in my schema. Okay, I'll transform whatever the data present in source table as an incremental. I'll extract the data and I will keep it in stage table. So here, when I'm loading the data from my source table to stage table, what I'm doing, I'm performing truncate and load. Truncate and load. Truncate and load is nothing but first, you will truncate the stage table and then you take the data from the source table, load the data into the stage table. Okay. Like this, you perform the data. So now this is one step you completed. Next step, what you need to do. So already you extracted the data into stage table. Now your source table, source data you don't require. Okay. Then what you do based on the your source stage table, you need to use this stage as a source in the next layer. Okay. And then from the here, you need to perform SCD type 1 into your dimension table. So here, what will you do? Again, you will be first, if you are going with the approach of delete and insert, for example, if you are using the delete and insert here, then what you need to do, how you have truncated the data first, right? Similarly, what you need to do, based on the key column, you need to perform delete operation first. Once you perform the delete operation, again, whatever the data present in the stage table, you need to load again. Okay. So you need to load the data again. Okay. You need to load the data again. Here you will be using the insert command. Okay, DML. So first layer, the first step, you will be applying truncate and load, and the second layer you will be applying delete and insert. So like this, you are going to implement the logic here so that you will be performing the SCD type one. So that whenever the data matches, it will delete the data and same data will be inserted again. Okay. So like this, you are going to perform the logic of SCD type one. Now, how we need to implement this? Already yesterday we have created a few tables, right? Okay, let me go this. Okay, so here I have taken the stage table. Okay, and I have taken the customer table. So yesterday what we have done, we have truncated the table and then we loaded the data into stage table. So only one step we have completed, and that here you can see we have created very simple stored procedure. We have not taken any exception as well. Okay, in case if there is any failure to load that log those details into log table, those kind of things we have not discussed. Okay, we will discuss that also. First I want to show you how we can write a basic stored procedure, and in the same stored procedure in the next classes we can handle exception also. Okay, now if you see, we created a dim customer procedure. Okay, the name is, we have created dim customer. Okay, and then the first step, if you see here, the first step what we have done, we created a, first we truncated the stage table. Okay, and once we truncated stage table, then the below query, it is load the data from the customer table. It means in the procedure, stored procedure, whenever you are applying, whenever you are executing, I mean whenever you are giving the SQL statements one by one, right, it will execute as it is one by one. Once this is failed or success, it will go down again. Okay, and again it will go down in case if you have any SQL statements. So yesterday we have created this stored procedure, and I will show you that stored procedure and we can execute if needed. Okay, so here what we have done, we created a stored procedure, and as a first step what we have done, performing the flush and fill in stage customer table, cleaning the table before loading the fresh data. Okay. So first what we are doing, we are cleaning the data from this table because already we have the data. I will show you now. And then what we are doing again, we are loading the data from the customer table. Correct. So now I will show you stage customer what insert GMT timestamp we have. Hmm? So if you see here, hmm, the insert GMT timestamp we have yesterday's date 2022 22. Okay, this date we have. Now what I will do, I already executed this procedure, right? Okay, I if you want, I will re-execute again. First step, what I am doing, I am just loading the data into stage customer. I have not yet loaded the data into dim customer table. Okay, keep that in mind. Just still only I have taken as a first step. It means this step alone I have taken. Only this step. Only this step I have completed now. Okay, only this step. I have not yet completed this step. Hmm? Now I'm just executing my stored procedure. Okay, procedure also completed and we got the customer data loaded successfully. That's fine. Let's see now. And what is the insert GMT timestamp? So based on the insert GMT timestamp only, we can identify whether it got updated or not properly. Now you see, insert GMT timestamp got changed. It means what? The existing data was truncated. Again, the data was loaded from the customer table. Now, as a first step, we have completed successfully. And you need to validate the data, okay, whether all the data got loaded properly or not. How you need to validate? At least you need to take one column or one row. So you need to check, okay, customer name, address, okay, nation key, phone number, actual balance, okay, marketing segment, okay, and comments, yes. So properly all the columns got loaded as per the columns sequence and as per the requirement. Now, as a next step, what we have a next step to perform the data delete to perform the delete, right? So in this delete, what we need to do first, we need to delete the data from dimension table based on the key column. What is the key column I have? Order customer key is the my key column, right? So now I can prepare okay two types of queries. One is I already prepared yesterday this query delete from dimension dim customer as dim C where exist, okay, select one from stage customer stage C where dim C dot customer key and stage C customer key. Otherwise you can write a like this also custom I mean you can write another way also this same delete statement, delete from dim customer where, okay, customer key in select distinct customer key from stage table. Whatever the data present in the stage table, that will be deleted like this. Okay. Either you can write a query like this or either you can write a query like this. It both are same. But maximum I will prefer this query. Okay. And either you can write this. I will show you by applying both the queries, not an issue. After that, it means what I have done, I have perfectly created the delete statement. And what else are pending I have? Data, load the data into dimension table from stage table, right? So above how we have created, same I will take the select state insert statement. Okay, simple. What I will do, I will keep it, I will change the table names. Okay, so I'm just taking here and removing the table here. and here I'm keeping the dim table here, dimension table. Okay, now what I will do, you see, I'm just copy pasting the delete query here, and I'm keeping the here comments, deleting the data from dim table, deleting the data from dim table. Okay, first I have written a delete query, and then insert the data from stage table to dim table. Okay, this is another entry. I'm just inserting the this query. Okay. Okay, so now you see, okay, I have written like this, two steps. Okay, job SCD type 1, SCD type 1 completed. Okay, now SCD type 1 is completed very simplest way. So now first what I have to do, I need to execute this one procedure. Okay, from where is the problem? Here, stage customer. Here, line 23. See, okay, delete query. I didn't close this. Hmm. Select syntax 29, line number 29. Where is this? Insert. Okay, this is also copy paste is very difficult actually. We will miss, we will not observe the mistakes. Okay, now 1 second.
Now turn on the mic on.
Okay, I executed the procedure, and then okay, I'm re-execute this procedure. Uh, yeah, now you see procedure got executed because earlier I was not given the semicolon. Now procedure got executed. Now I'm executing the my stored procedure again so that it will load the data into my dimension table. You see here. See, data got loaded with the today's date and the hours. So this is called the stored procedure and SCD implementation of SCD type 1. Similarly, what you need to do, you need to implement this kind of SCD type 1, okay, for all the rest of the tables. That is what I have asked yesterday. I hope you have done the first step and the second step and third step you need to do. Okay, this is one thing. Same procedure I will do another way. Okay, so mm, I'm just creating now with the delete another statement. Okay, so I'm using the SP here. I told you, right? We can perform the same with this query as well. So there is no difference actually, but yes. Okay. So like this also it will work. But only the thing is you need to change the I have given the other procedure. Either you use the procedure or you run that procedure. It's the same. But procedure name I have given different. Okay. Okay. So same. Now you see here. Now, okay. Data was loaded 23, right? 21, 3. Now I am running here. Okay, procedure. You will see some change. Okay. Hmm? Now you just check. Same data, nothing difference. Only change you can see here. 5. Okay, 21, 5. And here 21, 3. Why? Because actually, I was not refreshed with this data, right? So until unless this session, if I refresh again, your date will be changed. I mean, time will be changed. Okay. And just now I executed. So current, what is the date was at the time of date, what was loaded, right? So it is fetched. Now, if I run this one now, okay, if I select the data and it will, whatever the data was loaded at the time, right? It will show same. Now you see, it will change the timings because until unless you are not executing the query, you don't refresh the data till that the data will be there in the cache and it will we can see the same data. Now you got it got refreshed and you see what is the data was loaded in the customer table. Same data we can see now. Okay, 2105. Okay, this is how we need to implement the SCD type 1. And your task is, okay, your task is identify the key column, okay, and load the data TPS one. Under this, how many tables you have? Line item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 with this customer 8. Total 8 procedures you need to write. And just check the, for each table you will have the one key column. Using that key column, you need to implement the SCD type 1. Okay. So totally, if you see this diagram, right? Okay, so based on this diagram, you need to implement. So pull the data from this source table and load the data into stage table. And then from stage to dimension table, first step, delete this. And then from stage to dim table, insert the data. So simple. And in the next class, what we will do, we will change the data a little bit. Okay, and then we will load the data again in the table. Okay, that we will do now. So, are you guys clear here? Any questions? Anyone, please. Everyone has to complete this procedure SCD type 1 for all 8 tables. If you are not completing these things, means I maybe it's your wish. Okay. I am not going to repeat again, and don't ask me as well, because I am explaining very slowly and giving you the screenshot and the query level. Okay. So for each query, you need to identify the what is the key column. Based on the key column, you need to delete this query. And the next class, I will show you how we can update the data. That also after a few scenarios. Once we discussed a few scenarios, I will let you know the again this we can how we can update this query using the this one. I'll let you know. Okay. So if you guys clear, then what I will do, I will explain another step. Okay. So this is a type 1 we have executed, right? Okay. So this type 1, and I will go with the update else insert. Okay. So otherwise, what we do directly, we can use the another column here. We have a start date and end date. We will create a two more columns in our dimension table. Okay. So from the source, we will not get any start date. I think whether we have a start date or not, we don't know. Here, what are the dates? What is the customer key, customer name? Okay, little bit what we will do, we will change the data in our table itself. Okay. So once we copy the data into one temp table, what we do, we will update little bit of data change here, and we will identify only that particular data, and we will perform the SCD type on. So that you will understand better. Hmm? Okay. So at least so far, are you guys clear? Everyone.
Yes, and I'll clear.
Yes, yes.
Anna.
Sweta, clear, right?
Yes, yes, Anna, clear, Anna.
Hmm. Madan, this is very, very important. Okay. And that too, it is only basic actually. Okay. And today evening, I'll take the same class. Okay. And with the SCD type 1 with the different scenarios. What I will do, I will add the start date and date. Okay. And then because I want you to complete this, at least this scenarios. When you complete these scenarios, and once I get confident on you guys on this SCD type 1, then I will go with the start date end date concept. Okay, the start date end date and the flag concept. So till the time what I will do, I will prepare all the tables. Okay, and I'll keep it ready. Today again evening we will connect. Okay, let's have some break and then we'll connect again. And then I will show you how start date and end date will be created, and how we can implement the SCD type 1 by using this one as well. Because as of now, what we have done, we have identified the data based on the insert GMT timestamp only, right? Okay, only yes, data got changed and all we identified. But now using the start date, end date, and flag, we can actual SCD type 1 we will see. So far we have seen the one type of SCD type 1, and now you are going to see the another type of SCD type 1. Okay, so please be practice, and I want update by today only before we start the another class. So even I'll take